Well, have you heard the saying, you don't really know someone until you live with them? And living single this morning, we're talking about what happens when you decide to live together. And joining us this morning is Vikki Ziegler, author of The Premarital Planner. She's also an attorney specializing in matrimonial law and the CEO of DivorceDating.com. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
We just realized we live very close to one another, correct? In
Yes,
the same building, in fact.
do.
So let's talk about it, because some of these numbers are really interesting. Cohabitation seems to be the norm. There are more than, it's according to the census, but more than 6 million unmarried couples living together.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. So before couples, I guess, kind of shack up, what is important for them to know or to ask themselves about it all?
You know, what is your real motivation?
Okay.
Are you actually going to live together because you want to save on money and you really don't have a commitment in the future? Are you a serial dater? I mean, are you just one of those people that just move in from one apartment to another and you really have no plans on getting married, and the person really thinks that you want to get married? So you really have to think about, what is the motivation? Are you really committed to a relationship and you want to kind of test out the waters and take it to the next level?
Be sure you're on the same page, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Right? All right, so finances, they ruin relationships, whether they're just starting or just ending. How do you discuss finances? Where does that conversation come up?
Yeah, definitely not romantic, certainly,
no.
but a necessity, because it's the #1 reason why marriages break up. So you really want to talk about, what are our expenses, what's our net disposable income, what are my debts, kind of go through that monthly state of where you're going to be paying things, how much, and then all of a sudden you can kind of make it fun. Hey, let's put money away for our trip to Italy, or let's make sure that, you know what, if you want to buy a Chanel pocketbook and I want to buy a Corvette, let's put that money away. So at least you make it fun and interactive between the two of you, because at the end of the day, it's all about cohesive money and making sure that you're going to have a strong relationship in the future. So you want to talk about those things.
Makes it less awkward, I think, too, to kind of get it out of the way. So does the Chanel bag, by the way.
Favorite.
All right. I'll live with you. All right. You say it's important to know which habits you've seen from your partner that you'd like for them to kind of improve on, whether, I guess, it's they're messy, sloppy,
right,
too neat.
Right, the toothpaste cap, I mean, the toilet seat. I mean, the small things seem unimportant, but people really fight over them. They become major issues, bones of contention, and resentment builds. So you really want to get those things out of the way at the get-go. You know, what kind of bothers you? What are those little red flags that say, you know, it kind of annoys me? Let's try to work on improving, because a relationship, as anyone knows, is work in progress, always.
How do you decide other roles? So you've figured out the money part and kind of the little, habits that irritate you, but there are different roles within the household that somebody needs to take, whether it's the laundry, the breadwinner, whatever it is. How do you establish that?
I think you have to set ground rules. You have to say, listen, I'm the messy one. I'm going to take responsibility, so I need a cleaning lady, and can we put it in our budget? Or are you going to be the one that actually cooks, and I'll do the cleanup? You know, those are the things. Are you going to vacuum? Which side of the bed do you want to sleep on? You know, who's changing the sheets? These are really simple things, but people don't talk about it. And you know what? It gets annoying. We're all busy. We're working. We're hustling. We're trying to make a buck. And you know what? You don't think about those little things. And when you come home and your apartment or your home is messy, that's where fights start. And you know what? You don't want that to happen.
And they could have been avoided months ahead of time.
Yes.
All right, so we don't want to focus on the negative, but what actually happens, when things just don't work out?
Right. Well, people can enter into cohabitation agreements. In my book, I talk about why it's important, because if you do enter into one, you go and live together. You break up, you know what? There you go. You have your your resolution right there. If not, you know what? You really kind of need to walk away and say, listen, you keep everything separate. Make sure that you walk away amicably, because you know what? You have a reputation, and you want to make sure that you actually can maybe be friends in the future. You know, that's the most important things. But be smart. Get all of your information beforehand. And cohabitation agreements are very interesting to.
I think it's nice to have it then after the fact, right? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
nice to see you.
Pleasure.
Here at work too. All right. I want to thank Vikki for coming in and joining us this morning for our Living Single segment. We want to take cohabitation quiz from her new book. You can check it out, The Premarital Planner. Go to pix11.com/morning news for more. All right, ahead, the Dunkin' Donuts studio on the run is out doing ambush makeovers, how you can get some hot